Here's a station for a lot of strikes the first game, too. Brian Himmler starts this game with the kind of intensity that yielded him the 250 his first game. Whew. Steve Miner shot what here, Jen?
Oh, he had a 740. 744, correct me.
744. It's a fabulous score. And Steve really, really likes to bowl here. He's a well-schooled, disciplined bowler. Very underrated. He's done a lot of things around town. There you go. Contrasting styles. You want to see them? We got them here. We got the big bowler, big cranker, and Brian Himmler, and we've got Steve Miner going a little more down and in, more conventional role. Accuracy is a key with him, and a good, powerful ball also.
He bowls here in league at Harrison Bowl. Started bowling at the age of 13. He has 2 children, Chris, and he has a little girl here. I don't see her name, but
a little wide. You could see that he lost his balance at the foul line a little bit. He's cleaning his shoe. I'm not sure that was any fault other than just a little bit too quick to the line. Let's see if we can catch it real quick here. Watch him now fall off of this shot. Right here, he should go through it. Now he's bent over too much. Starts falling off to the right. Right there you see it, and the ball goes wide. The
nice.
2-8, no problem. Cover them both with the ball, huh?
You know, correct me, Steve Miner does not have a little girl, but he does have a wife, Gail, who bowls, and his son bowls, and he's been married 15 years, which is great.
15 years?
15 years. Don't look old enough to be married 15 years.
Really?
Brian with the strike up in the first frame.
Woman must be a saint, too. Been out with Steve a few times. Ooh.
Wow, he's just not letting up.
No,
he's going for it.
He's not going to let up, and I tell you what. Okay, I'll say it. I'll say it.
Okay.
Week number 2. I don't know what kind of car we've got out there. Let's give him a Thunderbird.
Let's give him a Thunderbird.
If he happens to shoot a 300 today, let's give him a Thunderbird, because we'd have to give it to him. You know what? But he couldn't drive it.
Right. Oh no, we have a problem here. Well, let's go talk to Walt Sweeney, who's been gracious enough to bring that car to us. Wow.
We have to. Maybe we can title it in his name and tell you what. I'll drive it around. I'll drive it around just to break it in for him. You understand?
All right,
for a
I
little
hear
while.
that.
And
wow, that's incredible, isn't it? We got a car to give away to somebody who's not even old enough to drive.
You know what? I hope we have that situation.
I do too.
That would be great.
I'm sure he has a 16th birthday coming up soon. It seems like he's been 15 forever, so.
Great shot, Steve Miner. Not intimidated by the big, powerful ball of Brian Himmler. Let's look at Steve's release. Quite a bit different. Lower back swing, stays low at the line, comes through the ball, off the bottom of the ball, really. Nice forward roll, 1-3 pocket. Boom, out of there. 7-pin, catch you later.
Likewise, Steve Miner also has a 300 game. We have all 300 bowlers today.
Another good shot. Another good shot.
Super.
A little wide. Now, we talk about the nice, strong roll. That particular one wasn't flush in the pocket, but the 5-pin really did its job, Jen, and hacksawed that 7 right out of there. Now, it almost looked like a slow-motion replay of what Brian Himmler's 7-pin going out looks like, but hey, it's an X, right?
Exactly. For the double. Of course, Brian has the first 3 in a row.
Wow.
Make that 4.
Wow. Intensity does pay off. Whether it's internal, external, or in Brian Himmler's case, both. The intensity pays off. What you're seeing, too, there's a lot of extra movement. A high back swing, just an absolutely incredibly powerful release. But again, it all happens during a split second as the thumb comes out of the ball and then the fingers rotate through and around the ball.
I think you can parallel his game a lot to Pete Weber. What do you think?
Exactly. If there's anybody on the Pro Tour that you can look at and say you duplicated, that's it. Now, I'll tell you what, we'll be right back, and I don't think anybody should go away. Give us 2 and 2, and we'll see you soon.
Demand. I can get comfortable there.
On the right lane and then covering it up in normal professional manner. Brian Himmler, he's consistent. 5 strikes, 5 deliveries. Steve Miner, left lane. Good way to come back from a disappointing frame there.
Walt Sweeney's standing by, looking with great intent to Brian Himmler's 6th frame. Of course, he has brought us a silver Thunderbird. In the case of a 300 game, this should be rolled today. It's got the keys ready. Only Brian can't drive it home, but we'll work on that.
Oh,
Right.
The kid is intense. You gotta like it. You might not be able to imitate it. You may not want to, but you gotta appreciate it.
Of course, Brian has never been previously on any television cast, and he's never been king, consequently, and this is his first television performance.
You hear the warming up in the background again of our champion, Don Scutters. We watch Brian Himmler just annihilate the pocket again. Absolutely fabulous. Let's watch him on the split screen this time. I'll tell you what, just here he goes. Rip the bottom out of the ball. Now he knows it's going to be in the pocket. He just wants it to carry. You like it? You bet. Look at the veins hanging out of his neck there.
So now if Brian should go on to win this match against, the next match would be Mr. Intensity against Mr. Intensity Jr. or something
About
like that?
30 years difference in age, or 20 years difference in age. Sorry, Don.
Steve Miner's not going to bow down now.
Steve says, nah, I'm not out of here yet, folks. I got plenty of paper left.
3 crucial frames, 8th, 9th, and 10th, in which there's a possibility of 90 pins alone in those 3 frames.
Well, Steve Miner could still strike out for 259, and Brian, again, would have to strike in every frame other than 1 to shut him out. So he's still in this thing, but he's really got to keep the pressure on Brian. But Brian's playing a game within himself right now, and I don't think the outside effects of what Steve can or cannot do at this point is really going to affect Brian. Another weak 10 out of Steve, hitting the oil a little early and backing off, and then leaving the 10. Not a bad shot at all, but a 10 pin nevertheless.
Steve Miner was on our show in 1986 in the finals. He was the runner-up. This is his 3rd time qualifying at Harrison Bowl for the King. 78, 88, and 89.
I'd like to thank our statistician today for kind of sitting in and helping us out, Mr. McGill, Tim. He, I don't know, he was nice enough to be drafted in a position and not run away, so we appreciate his help on the scoring. With Tommy being gone, we're a little short-handed, but hopefully we're not taking anything away from you at home. Brian Himmler. 8th frame, perfect through 7. Not perfect in 8. Pulled the ball badly that time. There wasn't enough oil. Wasn't enough oil in the Persian Gulf to hold that that ball off the head pin.
Cute, cute.
There's an international comment. I'll probably get some sort of mail about that. Just a completely errant shot, but again, the powerful ball breaks up the split, leaving a very simple spare, the 9-pin. Puts it away.
So Miner or Steve, he can still go out for 238, and which means the kid will have to fill a couple frames here to lock him out.
Yep,
Fill him up.
A couple of spares would do the job. Don't think Brian Himmler's on here because he just happens to be a good athlete and he just happens to bowl good. He works hard at his game, well schooled, very intense as we said, and that puts the cap on it, folks. That puts a cap on it. Brian Himmler, as we look at the score sheet, even if he would open at this point, would have 240 something, and the best Steve Miner can do at this point is 238. But I'm sure he's going to give it a whirl. 238 looks pretty good as a final score.
Qualifying next week will be going on at Stones Lane Saturday and Sunday, starting at 9 on Saturday and 10:30 on Sunday for men and women. We also have a youth category in which they can win scholarship funds. So we'd like to encourage all our youth to get out and give her a shot. Of course, you can call the BPA office at 761-9274 on Monday to make your reservation. Be sure you get a spot. And we'd also like to encourage a little open bowling. Most centers have open bowling starting at 9:30 at night on the weekends. You can call and make your reservation there. Get out and have a little fun.
Even weekdays anymore. It's fun to get out during the week. You're not doing anything. You don't feel like crashing the sack at 10 o'clock. Come on, grab your shoes. Come on out to a local center. A lot of fun to be had in local centers. And BPA's got a lot of them. And they've all got a lot of 14K just chilling up and ready to go.
Maybe some Little Kings. My favorite.
Yours and mine too. Steve Miner, the nemesis today, his 10-pin. Brian Himmler will go on to meet Mr. Intensity against Mr. Intensity of 20 years difference.
This is going to be a great match.
I'm going to have to put the wide-angle lenses on the camera to keep track of all these guys. Now, Brian here in the later